Good morning, folks. Hello. What's Braden? I'm joining from my wimpy smartphone. Okay. uh, is the ESC today? What? Hi everyone. So I'm just reading the chat. How are you all doing? If I look like crap, it's because I feel like crap. Super tired. Been burning the candle at both ends. Up very early in the morning and late to bed every day. Coffee should maybe help. It's also Google I/O Day today, is it? Okay. It's been ages since I've watched a Google I/O. Not really been that interested, so even back in my games days, I didn't really follow it that much. Not so much of an Android fan. But okay. Today is going to be painful. I've had on my list of things to do forever. Finish off all the step versions of my boards for people to use them in their CAD software. I get asked at least 3 or 4 times every week. And the only one I've got so far is my USB-C Tiny Pico. And it's on my list. I've been meaning to get to them forever, and I just can't. It's just because they're so painful to make. And yeah, and so today we're going to try it. I'm going to try to at least get 1 or 2 of them out today. I'm going to do my best with everyone's support and help, and everyone's screaming at me, "Don't do it that way. Do it differently." Anyway, yeah. Is my sunrise at 7:16 this morning, is it? Okay, I don't know when it is, but it's very, very dark outside. So I'm just having a look out the window. Yeah, pitch black. Pitch black. Okay, which people notice they seem to be doing a bit of the privacy thing. Yes, they've announced that they're going to be doing the privacy thing. They announced that about a month and a half ago, but they're doing a slow rollout of it, whatever that means. We'll talk about the pros and cons of KiCad and the pros and cons of Fusion 360 for doing step files shortly. Very shortly. I don't have enough caffeine in me yet, but which time is it? Which time is what? Okay, I'm going to say hi to everyone in the list. So, Rob, good morning. Yombo Prime, hello. Shipu. Fred Flintstone, hello. Didier, Emery, Mike. Yeah, I can't believe you're up so early, mate. That is just crazy. But thank you. Embedded Hobbyist, hello. Colin. Hello, Colin. You got a nice sunset. I've got pitch black. Oh well. Dave, Odessa, hello. Fognology. John Raymond, hello. Dave Hines. Paul. Graham. Peter. Hello, JTax. Hello, Henrik. Poured myself a pint of amber ale, so I'm set. Oh, and just kicked off a pint. Oh, print. I said a pint of the manual. Print of the manual. Awesome. Manual pick and play turntable. Good stuff, Colin. Rota, hello. Or hey ho. Johnny's here. Eurovision. What? Andy Day, hello. Cable Tie, good morning. Braden. On his wimpy phone. Dutchmaker, hello. Joe, hello. James. Hello, James. Carsten. Good morning. Bruce. Claude. Adam P. is early. What? You're late. No, you're not. Bruce, hello. And I lost where I'm up to again. Oh well. Randall, hello. Did you cool things? Hello. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're good, mate. Marius, hi. Where's Michael? I don't know where Michael is. Maybe he's sleeping. There's an option to switch to Altium. There's also an option, seems like... No, not an option to switch to Altium. Look, I got offered free Altium from the Altium folks. They've been in touch quite a few times. Hey, Quixotic Geeks. But it's too much of a, like, it's, I don't, like, so I get a free tool as long as I keep sponsoring them in my videos, and the second I choose not to, I don't have the tool anymore. And then, but the videos with their sponsorship stays on my channel forever. And it's a massive learning curve for a tool that I'm not committed to. So yeah. And even the half price sale is still 3 times too expensive. $167 a month, yeah. As I said, I can get it for free. I can get the whole suite for free, but the catch is I'm stuck forever having to sponsor them and whatever, and the second I stop, I lose access to it all. And that's silly. Yeah, I'm not going to invest the time to learn how to use it properly for something like that, and there's no way I'm going to pay for it, because it's I'm not saying it's not a good tool. It's got its problems, as I've spoken to a lot of people about who use it, like they all do, but it's a great tool, but it's not worth that money. Not in the ecosystem where there's so many other tools out there that's cheaper or free. So yeah, no. Tiny LED Matrix, hello. Jerker, hello. Ian Scott Johnson is here. Hi. Kevon, hello, mate. Okay. I'm not a student anymore, unfortunately. That ship sailed a long time ago. Yeah. Why would you use anything other than KiCad? Because it's still not perfect. Like, but it's look, the KiCad team are dedicated. It's getting better and better all the time. I just installed the latest nightly yesterday, and there's just ongoing improvements all the time. But until they can get 6 out the door and they can start then working on other things that are being held back until they get 6 out the door. But look, it's a great tool. It's a great tool. But like Altium does stuff that obviously that a lot of the tools don't do. And it does some things better and it does some things worse. But yeah. Why don't you just use the nightlies, JTax? Like I don't use 5 at all. I mean, I use 5.99. Yeah. John Raymond's is saying Eagle for life. I'm getting a bit frustrated with Eagle. My Eagle is crashing a lot on me at the moment, especially with working with SVGs or trying to bring in exported stuff like graphics. There's not even been a maintenance update in forever. Like Autodesk have basically gone dark on Eagle, like it's Photoshop. Yay. And Fusion 360 is just dog's balls for me anyway, which you'll get to see today. You'll get to see why I'm so frustrated with Fusion 360 in terms of performance and stuff. But like KiCad's also got import problems for graphics right now as well. So, it's choosing your evil. Easy EDA is getting really good, absolutely. And you can export your Gerbers from it and send them somewhere else. You don't have to. You're not tied in to JLC PCB with Easy EDA, but yeah, I don't want to be using a web tool for my board design. I had some problems with them, especially with the one piece where it crashed the whole PC. Not sure if it's PC. Which one are you talking about, JTax? So we were talking about 4 different programs now. Mike, stop showing off that you can do your CAD design in Notepad. All the tools have their own quirks, absolutely. It's nature of software, right? They all have their strengths, they all have their weaknesses. Ideally, you'd know how to use more than one tool, and you pick the best tool for the project. So for me, I'm still way too fast in Eagle to, like, I still stumble around a bit in KiCad. And the truth is, I'm not doing a lot of new designs right now. I am kind of in a hole. I am buried. So, hang on. I'm going to move my window. It's going to move. There you go. I have, like, that is a couple of days worth of building. I am non-stop pick and placing at the moment. I'm building thousands and thousands of boards. which I'm not complaining about, but I have no time for anything other than production. So, yeah, it's not like I can even sit there and flex my creativity skills in KiCad to really get up to speed in it because I'm not making new designs right now. So if I'm maintaining my existing stuff, then I'm doing that in Eagle because it's in Eagle and there's just no reason to move out of that. That floor ESD safe? Absolutely not. I rub it with the boxes before I put stuff in, make sure they get a good zap. Yeah, I'm not a fan of OpenSCAD. I used to use Povray back in the day. Like, does everyone know what Povray is? For those of you that ever tinkered with 3D programs, like for doing 3D renders and stuff. So Povray is a really old 3D renderer that was all, you script all of your shapes and your definitions, right? It's not like, using Maya or Max or Modo or whatever, Blender now, where you get to design it all in a nice interface. It was all, back then, it was all, you scripted everything. And yeah, I'm showing my age. So Povray was, and probably still is, awesome. I've not used it for decades. But anyway, there's definitely a very good set of use cases for something like OpenSCAD for doing design. Anything that you can programmatically do as a design, like, for arrays of things and patterns and shapes, is much easier to do in a scripted language than it is to do by hand in a 3D interface. But using a 3D interface to actually design 3D makes so much more sense. To be able to visualize what it is that you're making as you're doing it. Right, I was a Lightwave person on Amiga as well, and then moved Lightwave to PC, and I built my whole first animation company on, yeah, I shouldn't say first, my only, it changed names after a while. I built all that on Lightwave, yeah. At one stage I had 50 Lightwave seats. Lightwave was awesome, big fan. Had problems with the nightly build of KiCad. Not tested it with 5.99. Well, 5.99 is the nightly builds. I'm not sure what you mean, JTEX. Digital Things uses DipTrace. Yes, I know you do. DipTrace is great. It really is. And they've been putting a lot of development effort in it recently. We're going to talk about the print that is finished behind you and still on the print bed. John asks. No, they're just... These are just reflow master cases. Oh, come on, get off. They're just reflow master cases. I'm gonna get the lighting right. There you go, reflow master. Nothing too exciting. I've just blue and black are my most popular colours at the moment. So I'm just constantly printing more cases, and I have a stockpile of them over in the corner. Wow, there's so much chat going past. Look at it. If I've missed something, please ask me again. Did you just use Blender and a nice interface in the same sentence? Blender is dramatically improved. I used to hate their previous interface, with the big words and whatever. It was very Amiga-like, the way stuff used to be on the Amiga forever ago, but not good. But when they've moved over to their new interface, it's much better. It definitely is. It's much more in line with the way other tools work, which is really important. Like every tool doesn't have to look the same and work the same, but there are paradigms that they should all share. That they were just like, that was what really threw me with KiCad at the start, was the whole, I know you can change it, and I have, but the whole mouse interface was different. There's nothing wrong with being different, but when 90% of the tools work a certain way and then a small subset work a different way, and your muscle memory is set to work a certain way because you've done that your whole life, it really throws you. And that's what Blender did. But now, Blender added the option where you can set the Maya standard for the mouse control and keyboard, which was the industry standard. And then they've actually made that I believe, the default now in their 3 series, which is great because someone should be able to move to a new tool and not fight the controls. Learning where all the new parts are, sure. Learning where all the stuff's hidden in the menus, sure. Relearning how to use your mouse, no. Bad. Libraries are a huge investment in electronic. That's the other thing. Like I make all of my own footprints. Make and refine all of my own footprints. And so moving all of that over, I mean, I know it gets imported when I bring them into KiCad. I know that, but they're not imported. Like they're imported in the design, but I have to then go and remake all of the actual, export them all into their own footprint files and stuff and start building my library again. Like it's a lot of work, a lot of effort. Tape and acetate sheet for the win. Yeah, pass. But if you're that old, Cable, you're not that old. Hey, Bit Looney, how you doing? Last I checked didn't have a learning curve. It had a learning cliff. No. Blender's much more mainline now than it used to be. Much more. Crappy bumper I did for somebody probably 6 years ago. Oh, okay. Do we want to look at this? Open in a new window. I'm going to see what this is first. Do we want to have a look at the bumper that Bruce did? Let's have a look at the bumper that Bruce did. Here we go. Am I going to get... Okay, there we go. The obligatory use of particle systems. Because that's not ever overdone. Sorry, Bruce, just kidding. That's cool. Yeah, it's safe for work. Hey, Gaston. It's like the, you can always spot a Lightwave user because of the lens flare that they put on their animation. Preparing a campaign. What? Who's preparing a campaign? It wasn't a Rickroll, no. That's okay, Bruce. Sorry, I wasn't dissing you. Sorry, I apologize. It's just funny. Like it's the first thing people do is make stuff turn into particles. The war turned into cozy retro session. What? Hey, Kieran as well. Good morning. And hello to anyone I haven't said hello to. I apologize. There's been a lot of chat going past. Okay, so as you would have just seen on my screen, I thought we were stepping out. Yeah, I did. So this is my Tiny Pico USB-C version that I made, that I exported as a step file. And this was a nightmare to make in Fusion 360. Lots of crashing and stuff. Can't find the right button. It's amazing that there are just no good models for buttons out there. This button's the right size, but it's the wrong shape. It's supposed to be kind of like a round circle. But that's okay. It's a step file, right? Definitely a step in the right direction. This was a nightmare to make, but the fact is I've made it now. So now it becomes really easy for me to do the rest of my boards in Fusion because I've already got all of these parts with 3D models, right? So like for instance, my Tiny S2 should be super quick to do because it's pretty much all the same type of parts. I have to do a 56 pin QFN. Other than that, they're all the same parts. The issue is my Nano. Now my Nano's got castellated edges. What do I need this for? So a lot of my customers and community ask me for step or STL files of my boards because they want to design cases. So the reason this was built, this particular one, I did this was a rush job I did for a customer in Melbourne at a company that were using some of my boards or wanted to use some of my boards for one of their projects for their R&D stuff. I can't mention who they are or what they're doing, but they're doing medical stuff and they're using my Tiny Picos for their R&D, for their prototyping, and they needed to fit it into a device that they're designing. And so they wanted an STL, a step file to be able to place it within their CAD software, because they've got like a whole, I mean, they're a massive company, like, 300-400 people. They've got design teams and they've got, engineers and whatever else. And they needed to give the stuff to the design team to be able to fit into this big thing that they were designing. And so I dropped what I was doing and made this for this company because it was super important. And they loved it, and they said it was the best step file they'd ever received, right, in terms of the level of detail and stuff. Will they be using it in their product or just for testing? No, they're doing it just for their R&D. They will be using, like, they'll make their own custom PCB. Right now they've got a custom PCB that they've attached the Tiny Pico to. I believe they've just used the headers and they've cut the headers short and they've just mounted onto the board because it's the quickest way for them to test with. And they do some really, I can't talk about what they're doing. I actually found out only most of it yesterday. I can't really talk about what they're doing, but they're using Bluetooth. It's in a device, and anyway, yeah. So, and I just get requests from people all the time because they want to, like, build cases, right, or design them into their other projects, and so having a step file is really important. I hope they want to mill holes for the individual resistors. No. Tiny pacemaker. That'd be a bad idea. Hey, Aaron. Wow, my compressor just kicked in at 6:51 in the morning. The neighbours are going to love that. Ready Player 2. Did you cool things? We're up to number 2 now. Design files aside, that must feel great to see it used in that setting. Yeah, my stuff's being used in way more things than I ever expected. I've sold a lot of Tiny Picos to university R&D departments as well. I know my stuff's being used in medical. I know my stuff's being used in a lot of science projects and research projects. There's a lot of people are using my Tiny Picos for its Bluetooth capabilities inside their projects. So, yeah, I mean, anyway, it's great. It's awesome that there are a lot of, commercial places using my boards at various levels of their stuff. So, do I have plans on making something like the Arduino Nano 33 BLE Sense? Why? There's already a Arduino Nano 33 BLE. Like, why do I need to? Yeah, tiny. Yeah, or it'll be called the Tiny S3. Yeah, the Pico stands for the Pico D4, and if that's not on there, then there won't be a Tiny Pico. But yeah, it'll be a Tiny S3. The Tiny S3 will replace the Tiny Pico when that chip is available, because it won't make any sense to have both. It'll be the same form factor, exactly the same, but it'll have an S3 chip instead of a Pico D4 on it. So it'll have all the functionality of the Tiny Pico plus more. I may have some small R&D deployments that are going out for a project I have with Lockheed Martin, if that interests you. Oh, wow, cool. Thanks, JTax. Yeah, look, I've already got enough boards in my range. Anyway, I've got enough boards. I'm struggling to stay on top of what I'm doing right now. Yeah. So, and the parts are going to run out soon anyway. So then I'll have plenty of time to design. This will be like the only component left. Right. Yes. Well, I've reserved a stash of parts for my S3 boards, but the S3 chip that I need for my Tiny S3 is a year away still. So especially if we release their main chip, like they'll release an S3, but it'll have no flash and it'll have no PS RAM. So that'll be fine for my Pro S3 and my Feather S3. But I need to wait until they release one that's got flash and RAM, or at least flash, And they generally do that 3 to 4 months after. They go into production 3 to 4 months after their initial release. And ideally, I'd want their SIP version. So the Pico D4 is a SIP, it's a system in package. So you notice there's no crystal on my tiny Pico. That's because the crystal is embedded inside the Pico D4. With the S2 and the S3, well, there's no S3 right now. With the S2, all the variants of the S2 still require an external crystal, which is not a problem, except one, you can't get crystals at the moment, and two, it takes up still space. So, like my tiny S2 has got, do I have a tiny S2 around? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, to the full integrated version, if you mean SIP, yes. I mean, the SIP would be ideal, but the SIP will come out again then 3 or 4 months after the one that'll have the RAM and flash. Hey DJ Roscoe. Okay, so now, because I've already got all this stuff, it makes sense for me to do motherboards in Fusion, but it's going to be a nightmare. Hang on, so not having made a PC mock-up in Fusion myself, where are you getting all those component models from? So I had to do them all in Fusion. So Fusion does have the ability to create packages. So look, we can do that now. What I'm going to do is, I might just do my tiny S2, because it's pretty much the same parts, but I need a cure. I'm going to do the tiny S2 in Fusion, and then I might try to do the Nano in KiCad, because the Nano has a problem in Fusion, and I'll show you what it is now. Actually, I'll show you the problem. So you can't see my window on the left, which is okay. This scrolling window here, because I've got some things in there that I'm not ready to show. I'm not having any teasers. But if I bring in, so if I go new electronic design, and if I reference a PCB document, and if I, where am I? Oh, what am I doing here? Go for my computer, and if I go to my Nano, you'll see the problem in Fusion when I bring this in. So here's my Nano. I bring in a, this is the design file. So these are the tabs on the side that I use when I panelize. So for those that don't understand what that is, I just realized I didn't turn my camera on. Oh, this will be fun. Let's turn the camera on now and see what happens. This may not work, but it may. No, it may not. Don't worry, no panic. Probably because I don't have it plugged in. Oh, I don't have it plugged in. Hang on. Let me just go back to here for a second while I plug it in. I had to record some microscope video for Neodin the other day and did not remember to switch my cam link back. Okay, let's try that again. Nope, that one. Okay, and let's get focus. There we go. So this is how I panelize my Nanos. So as you can see, I've got mouse bites between the boards, and they're not attached left and right, like horizontally, they're only attached vertically, right? And then they get broken apart, and the mouse bites get cut off on each side. So that's what this is here that you're seeing, these tabs, right? Now, if I go and view this as a 3D model in Fusion, look what Fusion does. And also, look at this. Watch how long this takes. This is why I hate using Fusion. Every change that you do is that slow. So, the problem with using Fusion is If I turn the packages off, look what it does with the pads for the castellations. It leaves the pads there. So I don't get a nice castellated edge. I get that. Ooh, YouTube says it's buffering. YouTube is not receiving enough video. Sorry if you are getting any buffering right now. Hopefully it'll fix itself. Let me know if there's any problems. Castellations do work in KiCad, yes, but in KiCad I'm going to have to redo the board shape. Add some clipping. It's just, how do I add some clipping? You can't modify the board. So I would have to get the board done, and then I'd have to bring the board into a different package, into a different project, and then start hacking the board up, because you can't modify the 3D board, this board in the, like this as a PCB. You can see here I'm in PCB mode. This can't be modified. I can't play around with this. No, I can't import any shape and boolean these, not as they are right now, because these are uneditable, right? There's no sketch objects. There's no ability to do anything with this, right? So it's a really painful process. It is a model, and well, kind of, I mean, these are all the different sections, right? You see what it's got? Like it treats all the copper, like it's made all the copper as 3D. It's really nice, except these are all, even though they're all bodies, you can't modify them as it's the board, right? You need to then go and take that into a different project and then start hacking it there. But you want to do that once it's all finished. Anyway, it's have screwed Eagle and 360. It had such potential. I think it's just their workflow. They need to match this to their whatever their workflow is, right? So anyway, that's why I might look at doing the Nano in KiCad. The problem is I don't have any of the models in KiCad, so I'm going to have to find them all, right? But at least for my other boards, I'm just going to close these. I'm not going to save them. Right, but if I go and if I bring in my Tiny S2, for instance, we should just move that out the way. Should also do my feather as well. Okay, so if I bring in my Tiny S2, which is upside down, that's okay. And if I switch to my 3D model now, and again wait forever, and ever, and ever, and ever, I would use Fusion 360 to make the model from scratch, but it shouldn't have to. That's the point, right? And it's the same problem here. You see this? Because of the way I panelize my boards, I can't pull this section off, right? This has got mouse bites. It's a real pain. But I also hate how, anyway. But what I can do, because I've already got all my parts in here, right? I can go and if I go back to my board and I go to my preset top, and for instance, if I go to my USB connector and tell it to replace my USB connector with, so I've had to make a new library, unexpected make a library, and if I find my USB. I've now got a USB that's got a 3D model on it, right? So I click OK, and my 2D and 3D PCBs are out of sync now, right? But if I save this, oh God, this is a pain. New project. Okay, so I'm saving this now. Eventually, right? And then I have to click on the 3D model again, and it's got to do its whole thing again and try to update itself. Waiting, 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 blue thing, waiting forever. Go get a coffee, go have a barbecue, go watch a movie. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Because it does everything in the back. It does everything on their servers, right? Yay, now I've got a 3D model. I've got a USB connector, right? Every single time I want to update a part. So I pay for Eagle. I pay for a standard license of Eagle, so I have the, I've got the equivalent paid version of Fusion, right? Like, how frustrating is that? Like, when I've complained in the past about how slow Fusion is for me, that's what I have to face most of the time. Right, absolutely. So, I don't have to update that. Like, so okay. So let's just wait a sec. I'm just going to save this. Right. And what it does, because it's updated the model, it's gone and updated my board as well. Anyway, but if I was to go now, I don't have to do one at a time, right? So I can go, I'm going to replace this button with a button, except I can't remember what it's called. Right, so that one. So I can do more than one at a time, right? So I did that one, and I don't have one for the crystal, but I've got one for my... Yeah, so basically I have to replace the local version of each one of my parts that don't have the 3D model, because I'm not using a shared... I'm not using a managed library in my local Eagle, because their managed libraries are a disaster. The other problem is I need to remember what I've called all these parts, because it does it based on the package name, which is really stupid. This is going to be frustrating. Let me do this one. Right. So it's got to do it on the SOT23-5, which is not what that's my charge IC, right? Anyway, I've done those. Let me just do my LDO. So lots of chat going past. You should try doing that on my 11 iMac. Right, yeah. Hey, Paul. Yeah, I feel for you on that one. That'd be terrible. And I know why, like, John Oxer complains all the time, like, about his Mac being slow with Fusion. Right, save that. Go to the 3D model again, and it'll regenerate. You'll see some more parts go on, right? Now, I can get this done. It's going to take me a couple of hours. I've got 70-something gig of RAM in this. Like, it's not a RAM issue. This is just the fact that it sends it off to their servers in the States to process, to build everything, and then sends it all back to me. It doesn't process any of this locally. So I'm just reading all the chat. Right, so now I've got some ugly looking buttons. As I said, they're the wrong buttons. And I've got an LDO now, and I've got my charge IC. Look, you know what? It'll take me a while, but I can get this done. Go to the Genius Bar. Yeah, I'll go to Apple and ask them to fix it. I'm sure they'll do that. I'm just going to save this. Now let's have a look at Eagle. But again, the problem with Eagle is I don't have all of the models, right? So, well, actually, that's not true. So I think I did do my Tiny Pico USB-C in KiCad. When I was doing the one in Fusion, I did actually do, at the same time, well, why is it over there? I did do it in KiCad. Hang on, let me move it over. Wow. Okay, close enough. So if I go to View, 3D Viewer, this should give me a step. This should show me a 3D step. Yes. There we go, right? Except, oh, the rotation in KiCad is terrible. I can't flip my board this way. I don't know why I have such problems with the 3D viewer. Anyway, so as you can see, I did finish it in KiCad, although I didn't do the antenna. And I'm missing my LDO and a couple of other things. Now, the problem with... Hey Sleuthy, am I going to make a model with 8 meg of PS... A model of what? Sleuthy? The Tiny Pico has 8 megabytes of PS RAM. If you're talking about the Tiny Pico, but the ESP32 can't address 8 megabytes. It can only address 4 megabytes. So that's why I say it's only got 4 megabytes. If you want to address the whole 8 megabytes, you have to do bank switching yourself at the IDF level. It's true, bit loony. They will. They'll switch my main board for me without even telling me and charge me $1,200 and not back up the hard drive at the same time. Hey Ray, it's okay, you're not late. Sorry, I'm missing lots of chat here. Hang on, so what was that about James Ellsbrook? Can you turn off the timeline when generating 3D model? Might speed things up because it's looking at how updating the new model is affecting everything else. I don't even know if you can. How do you turn off the timeline? Is that possible? I don't know. Yeah, so the Tiny Pico's got 8 megabytes on there, but you can't address the full 8 megabytes. It's a limitation of the IDF. Well, it's a limitation of the hardware, of the ESP32. They reprocess the entire model every time, even if you only made a small change. I've been working with their dev for years. They are looking to address the issue, so it only renders what's changed. Yeah, great, but it's still... okay, so how do I turn off the timeline? Can anyone let me know? Is there something? Is there a setting? Oh, inactive features. Where's the settings thing again? Is it in preferences? Thanks, Ray. Yeah, it's nice to get some good pick and place footage. I don't get enough of it. Bottom right cogwheel. I was just there. Bottom right cogwheel. There's no... It's grayed out. I don't have an option for that. Do not capture design history. Oh, I am at the top level. I'm at the top. It's grayed out. Yeah, I don't have the option. And I don't think it's doing anything. If you look at the timeline, it's just got it's not doing anything. It's not adding anything. Because I'm not modifying, I'm just switching out parts. Like, it doesn't add a new thing, I don't believe. Like, if I go back to here, that's just a silk screen. See? And they're already there. Don't work in the PCB workspace. But then I can't see the model if I don't. Yeah, it's Fusion 360 is great for so many things, but for this, it's just shizen. Right. So I do have some models I've already done, right? But what I can't do in here is, yes, the sun is out. It's lighter outside now. What I can't do in here is model in here. So if I want to add a model that I don't have, I have to either go find an STL somewhere, or I have to go and make something in Fusion or a different program and then export it and then load it up. Where at least in Fusion 360, if there's a model I don't need, I can model it in place, or I can at the same time, right? So I mean, as I said before, there's advantages and disadvantages either way. But the other thing is the step file that comes out of KiCad is about 5 times bigger in file size than the one that comes out of Fusion 360. The one from Fusion 360 is way more optimized. And I've spoken to the KiCad devs about that, and they agree that they need to be doing some work on that. But until then, we're talking about an 8 meg step file compared to like a 2.4 meg step file. So, I mean, that's, me storing 8 meg step files, even compressed inside GitHub, is pretty crazy. Right, now if I want to, so if I go, I want to KiCad, let's go, I just want to close this. So I want to import an Eagle project. I'm going to import my Nano. And oh, come on, where are you? Okay, I want to import this. It's going to ask me where I want to put it. Come on. And where I want to put it is here. Okay, and it wants me to do all the matching of my layers. And I have to go and add the missing ones, which I've spoken to them about working a better way to do this so it remembers each time. But I want those, and I want can't remember what else I want. Okay, let's just leave it at that for now. It's not the limit on that. It's asking people to download an 8 megabyte file, step file, when it doesn't have to be an 8 megabyte step file. That's the thing, right? Okay, so there's my Nano. Again, it's got the same funky edges, and you'll see here if I go into the 3D view straight away, you'll see that it's still got issues, right? So this front edge here, it's castellated, but it's still left funky pads on the bottom, which I'm going to have to work out what they are. These side ones it hasn't cut out properly, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure I can fix that. Right, it's missing or malformed, right? And that's because I've got all this funky stuff for the mouse bites. So I can redo, if I turn everything off, preset all layers. Oh God, I can't remember how to use this again. How do I turn all layers off? Oh, here you go. Hide all layers. Ugh. And if I turn on my, what's it called again? It's not my drawings. What's the outline one again called? Edge cuts. Right. If I turn on my edge cuts and I turn on my, which one's got the drills in it? Anyone remember which one's got the drills? Anyone? Hey, Paul's Projects. Welcome. Okay, I might have to... Okay, I can just use that for now. He still hasn't. Anybody had a good alternative to the micro supply that Dave has created? Yeah, you want to use the... That's what you want. Use that. They're the best things you can get if you don't want to spend $1,000. Okay, so I've got to remember how to do this now again. So I need to recreate. No, I keep forgetting that I have to, yeah. This is going to be annoying. Edge cuts. I'll fix these later if I can. And kit to spend $1,000, but it has to be portable and fit in a backpack. Right, the profiler kit is awesome though. See, I don't like how I've got to delete that whole line now. Like at least in Fusion, or maybe whatever. I'll get over it. Tupert was asked in an interview why he had 6 monitors on his desk. He answered because 8 would not fit. That's funny. I don't know if that's enough to fix one side, if the whole thing will stay malformed because of it. Right, it's still staying malformed. Okay, I need to do both sides because that's not annoying at all. Sorry about all the jumping around, zooming in and out. Just want to see if I can fix this. So I can see if the castellations will stay intact. Oh, must have clicked by accident. Oh, people are, why is it clicking? That's annoying. Okay, do I get a board outline? I do. Okay, good. So I've fixed that. Now I've got to work out what those bottom pads are. Only measures the current supply. Is also a small bench power supply that you can... No, that also powers your boards. I mean, it'll only do 5 volts, but That's all you need. You don't need a power source or anything else. Anyway, okay. Yep. That's poop that you can't intersect lines. That's right. So in for those that don't know, in Eagle, if I had my outline and I drew a line into one line into another line, I could then delete the orphan, the top section of that line. It would split that line for me, where here I had to delete the whole thing. That's okay. So there's my nano outline. Now the question is, how do I get rid of these things on the bottom? Like, I don't even know what they are. Anyone know what they are? Because I definitely don't want them there. The other thing I need to do is go to my... Oh, I can't remember how this even works. It's been a while. Is it that one? No, it's not that one. Where's my DRC settings? I don't want the checker window. I want the actual design rules. Is that them? Right, here we go. But is it the bottom paste layer? It could be. I'll check in a second. I need to go to my board, physical stack up. Where's the board width, the thickness thing? They've changed things again. There was the overall thickness value. Oh, down the bottom now. 4.48 millimeters. No, it should be. So I'm just gonna fake this. I don't really care because it's got to be 0.8 millimeters. 0.76. So I need 2 more. 0.22 and 0.22. 0.8. Okay, so now it's 0.8. Oh, look at that. It turned all my layers back on for me. Why would it do that? Hey, Jarko. Now you can't comment. What? Okay, let me turn off the bottom layer. And let me just go back to view, 3D. I know I can use shift something. Yeah, I don't know if I can turn them off though, right? Oh no, I turned off. See, it stays on. Let me just shrink this down. I believe I can have them both open at the same time. I don't believe that's the only problem. Is it's going to keep flipping. Yeah, I don't believe turning these on and off does anything. So that's the bottom paste off. Well, I don't need the top bottom paste. Turn off the masks. Yeah, it's not making any difference. Yeah, like it might be an artifact of the through hole part. And they've not even gone through. Look at that. Oh, it's not even cut the castellations properly. Interesting. It's cut through the middle. But look at this. It's actually not cut through the middle. It's supposed to be a curved edge. It's supposed to be, see the angle here? But it's not doing it. It's not using this line properly. It's cutting it, oh, sorry. It's cutting it straight across here. And I'm not sure why it's doing that. What is that? Maybe because that little piece is there. Hello, delete. Oh, Colin's going. Catch you later, Colin. Thanks for joining for a while. Yeah, see, I don't know why this is happening. unless it doesn't like let me just remake this side. Edge cuts. Oh, why does it keep... That's really frustrating. See, this KiCad's still got some really weird, annoying things. See, they're not even lined up. Oh, because they're just the wrong one. Ah. Looks like your edge cut is not closed. Well, if it wasn't closed, it would come up saying, yeah, it still says it's malformed. Somewhere. That's why I'm deleting these sections. Like, you can see why I'm staying in Fusion right now. As slow and clunky as Fusion is, I don't have to do any of this stuff. Well, I might have to on the Nano, I don't know. Shift. No, it still says it's malformed. Ah, hey Pratik. So KiCad sucks. Okay, no, it doesn't suck. Okay, let's turn all the layers off again. Hide all the layers and turn on just the edge cuts. And let's try to work out why. I mean, I've remade all the edges now, so I don't understand why it thinks it's malformed. I don't see what the problem is with that. Shape is not... Well, it is complete. I've just remade it. Have I got the belt sander plugin installed? I've never heard of the belt sander plugin. Yeah, where's Quixotic Geek? Everything does look fine. No, I can't render. Like, it renders everything. This is it rendering. I don't know how to do selective rendering. There's got to be something else it doesn't like. So if I delete that line, why is it not? See, that's weird. It's still closing it itself. Girl, I've been for 4 weeks. Catch me up on all the news and just. Yeah, have you been at work? Have you, Paul? You have been disappeared for a while. Third button from the left at the 3D view. Third button from the left. Oh, the settings. So silk screen, solder mask. Okay, well that's got rid of those bottom things, which is good. Okay, so that's what that was. Thank you for the, it was the probably solder paste Okay. But I don't know why the board... Thanks, Carsten. I don't know why it doesn't like the board outline. As I said, I just redid it. Edge cards, line width. You need to draw the outline as a closed polygon. No, you don't. I've done it stacks of times like this. I remade my SAM real rack holders in KiCad doing it this way. Can I make one side completely flat, no notches? What do you mean by complete? Well, I can, but it's going to show me the same thing. It's incomplete by 1 pixel. Yeah, I don't think it is, but you can redo it again. I mean, that's snapped directly to it. Right, that's snapped. I mean, that's snapped. 2 weeks on a remote Scottish island driving a quad bike. Yo, you're on holidays. Wow, that's awesome. No, I don't have to highlight it and group it. Pretty sure I don't, because I said I'm pretty sure I've done this before. Just going to make sure it all snaps together. Build a section at a time. It's not frustrating at all. I mean, I could have finished this in Fusion by now, right? I know this shape here is wrong. This should be 1 over more. That should be there. Oh, so that's interesting. That deleted there. So this was in sections. So let me just redo this as 1 long one. Whoop. Right, that's again. Maybe it doesn't like those bits being in sections. Save. Nah. Same problem. Something isn't linked. Right, hang on. I didn't go all the way around, did I? Let me delete that one. Delete that one, because I think I started on the thing. Nah. What it could be is something else in the file that thinks it's got something on it. That it's brought in as edge. Oh no, but that's all the edge. Oh, hang on. What's that? Oh, there we go. Look at that. So a little stray thing over here that it brought in. Hey, Hansi. No, it's. There was a little stray something over here. I think you left a bit of the line in the top right. No, there was. Look, hang on. Undo this. So what is that from? You know what that's from? That's from a bit of my logo. No. Whatever that is, it's brought this in from Eagle. Did I put that there? When did I put? Okay, if I put that there, I'm sorry. When did I put that there? Maybe I clicked by accident at some point. Okay. Hound added it earlier. The whole thing's been broken from the start, so I don't know. Okay, anyway, whatever. Yay. Wow. Thanks for your patience, everyone. So I need to now do 3D models of stuff, right? So if I... So the problem is I now have to go and I'm going to hit edit on this part, and it doesn't have a 3D model. So I have to edit the footprint. Right? I have to find and add a 3D model. Yeah, I'll watch it back on YouTube. I'll try to see what I did. I must have done that at the very, very start then, because the outline was broken from the second I imported it. Anyway, doesn't matter. DigiKey has 3D models. They have some 3D models. So where do I find the DigiKey models? They've got a... any idea where I find... Actually, I think I downloaded them already somewhere, maybe. I can't remember. I know I don't have... Well, I don't have 3D models for these. That's the problem. So I have to go plus. I gotta move it. Oh, sorry, over here. I gotta go plus to grab a 3D model, and I gotta find where my 3D models are. The parts aren't on DigiKey. I'd have to search for an equivalent part that has the right footprint. Like the PS RAM is not available on DigiKey. The LDO is not available on DigiKey. And so forth, right? And then the stuff like a Pico D4 is not part of their library that has stuff. I'm better off using Snap EDA or something like that. Try Ultra Librarian. I've looked at Ultra Librarian before. I wasn't a fan. I wasn't. Yeah, I had to sign up for Ultra Librarian. I got to enter way too much personal details and stuff. I ended up not signing up with them. Library Expert will generate step models based on dimensions from a data sheet. Library Expert. Right, I didn't want to have to go through and do the datasheet stuff. What's library expert? I just searched for library expert. I don't know what that is. PCB library expert? No. Maybe. But there's also Snap EDA. I like Snap EDA. I use Snap EDA quite a bit. Can I just not use a 555? Right, any SO8 package. But then, how do I find an SO8 package? That's the problem. So I've got to find where KiCad installs all of their models. Because when I click on the part's not available, it's an Asian brand part. It doesn't matter. You're not gonna. It doesn't appear anywhere, right? Trust me, I know because because I know. But if I just go to I need a SO8 narrow. I was going to probably want it. It's probably going to think it's a SOP 8. So it's something like this, right? And then I can see here that they've got a model, right? So I can just click on this item. Right, and I can just 3D model. I can download the 3D model, and let me just go sign in. Okay, download the 3D model, and now that's downloaded, I can, sorry. My downloads, let's move it over. So I'm just moving, hiding my file window just for now. And that's SOP 8 narrow. Okay, and load that up. And KiCad crashed. I went to add the file and KiCad crashed. Excellent. Open. Yes, it crashed. Yes, I know it crashed. Thanks. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, the whole window, everything, all my positions, all gone. Not annoying at all. Okay, 3D model. Should we try that again? Models, PSRAM. Right, and then you get stuff like this. It just doesn't, like, you gotta mess around with it. I can't remember which. No. Yep. And the scale is wrong. Right, because it's not an arrow. Oh. So that's the wrong size. Painful. Yeah, so look at that. Wrong size package. And that was supposed to be SOP 8 narrow. See tiny LED matrix post above. KiCad 5 share. Package 3 SO. Pitch 1.27 millimeter step. Right, okay, that's the wrong size. Okay. Still, it's going to be the wrong package shape. But I've already brought that in for my tiny Pico. Hey, Photochromax. The part number doesn't exist, guys. As I said, it's an Asian brand part. There is no, you cannot find the part anywhere for a 3D model. I know. But it's a SOP 8, well, it's an SO8 narrow, not normal SO8. Is going to delete that one. So I can remember. So KiCad, where does KiCad save all its shared stuff? Okay. So where does KiCad store? So Alex, you wrote KiCad /599. Where? So is that in the applications folder? Like obviously that's, are you on a Mac? Like where does KiCad stick its shared stuff? It's in application support, isn't it? Hang on, I know where it is. I feel a negative urge to give KiCad a try. No, don't be like that. A lot of it is just me not knowing what I'm doing. Okay, KiCad. 3D models. Package. SO. The problem is I can't see what any of these look like. So SO8. Yeah, so that's not going to be right. Oh. Maybe. No, not that way. Yeah, see, again, it's not narrow. I need it to be narrow. See, if I do that, it's still not the right size. Here you go, Soik pack. It's not a Soik. It's an SO. Hang on. Just had an idea. 1 second. Maybe I can just use a Soik anyway. Plus. Is there a narrow? Is that narrow? So, why is that missing a pin? Soik 8N7. I've never seen one of those before. I don't know what these are. Whoops. Okay. There we go. Can use that. Wow, that wasn't hard at all. Open the IC pad and edit. There is assign a 3D shape, and then you'll shape library and look for S device. N7 equals no pin 7. Yeah, okay. So this, you can see why I've been reluctant to make step files, right? So I just want SOT23, SOT23.5. So package. Where do I find SOT? Right, TO SOT. SOT23.5. Okay. Yeah, we have two parts now. Wings 3D. Yeah. So that's a cap. What? Capacitor SM. Oh, right, no. It's not metric. What do I want? I want 0603 metric. No. Why is that 0603? Why is it so big? Okay, wow. That is huge. Scale it down. Don't forget to save. Yeah, I've been saving the whole time. What is the device number you're using? Which one are you talking about? And that. Anyway. Okay. So we've got some RAM. I've got a charge IC, which looks way too tall. And I've got a cap. Yay. This isn't going to take long at all. I'm not used to 0603. Yeah, but no, it was too big for the pads. I mean, that's almost the right size. I don't know why that thing came in oversized. Hey, Wagon Loads. You mean Phil? I've got a 3D model for. But as I said, the part it's not a part you can find online. You won't find a part for that. You need to find the package type, which I did this. The edit view is not absolute scale. View is zoomable. Right, but it's to the part. Anyway. Ooh, see that flash then? It flashed green. Okay. Let's turn off the paste layers. Right. Okay. Anyway. So I can continue with this one. I'm going to do this offline. This can take me forever. Right, yeah, like making 3D models of this stuff, like, as I said, it's why I've been putting it off for such a long time. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish off my Tiny Pico Micro B and my Tiny S2 probably in Fusion 360. I'll do my Nano in KiCad. I got my Feather S2. I need to do. Like I don't even like. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to find my. Well, let's see if we can find a QFN, shall we? Except I can't select. It's not letting me select the actual part. That's great. Thank you. I mean, a pad stack 3D assign the view. Right, okay, helmet, sorry, yep. You can link your 3D models to footprints in KiCad if you set your library up properly. Well, I'm just using a default install in KiCad. So, and these are parts that are imported from Eagle. So they don't come in that way. Like if I was creating it from scratch, sure. And any part that's got the model assigned already in it, if I use that in my design, no problem. This is an import from Eagle, and so you don't get any of that functionality. Okay, so let's see if we can find. Let's see how much of this we can get done just using what's in here. DFN, QFN. QFN 48. On EP7. So what's. So I don't understand what the difference is between QFN 48. I know you can't. There's not very zoomed. 7x7.5, and what this 5.15 1.515 is, and this 5.45 is that the inside solder pad. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Right. Then if I go. Okay, QFN 24. What size is it? Can't remember. Catch you later, Dave. Have a good sleep. Is this a 4x4? Yep. Yep. Just get a few more of these on, and just to see how close we can get. So where's XDFN? Do we have any XDFNs? WQFN? No XDFN. And no DFN4? Really? There's no DFN4. But I think I should already have this. Models. No. Can I just switch the part? If I go E, update change footprint. Change the selected footprint, and the new footprint is, so I should be able to see, do I have it already? Oh, maybe I don't. thought I had this from my other, but I don't. Okay, that's annoying. Catch you later, Fred. Oh, I keep clicking the wrong button. Is everyone getting as frustrated as I am? Hey, Keen. Still organising? You haven't... How do I get to my previous... Damn. KiCad 3D models. I need SOT 723. And there's no SOT 723. Really? Right. Okay, I guess that's not a very popular one. Well, anyway, I've got some QFNs on. Oh, dropping like fry. Yeah, because it's boring, because people don't want to watch me struggle with KiCad. I don't blame them. Plump Pot, who does KiCad. Okay, right. I've not heard of him. Not heard of him. Yeah, this is frustrating for me. Must be frustrating for everyone. Oh, I just realised that's not an 0603. That's an 0402. That's why it didn't. That's really annoying. I'm an idiot. This is wrong. That should have been... It was on the wrong part. Capacitor, SMD. There we go. That's better. It's this one that was 0603. And this one is there a Schottky diode? So we need SOD package. Where is SOD going to be? SOT, SO. Was there any SODs? No. Can you not right click the part to change it? No, I've imported from Eagle Keen and I'm trying to assign models to the parts. So I can export a step file. Yeah, like I remember when I was doing my the Tiny Pico USB-C in KiCad that I just couldn't find most of the parts I needed. Which is why I went back to Eagle, because Eagle's got a part designer inside it. Diode. Oh, here we go. Diode SMD SOD. SOD 523. What's DSOD? And that is the wrong way around. That is an... What? This one is an SC 70 or SOT 363. Doesn't matter which direction. Right, diode SOD, but SOD isn't just diode. You can get other packages that are in SOD. So why has it got a D for diode? Question, so how mature is electronics design in Fusion 360? A year on? So you can do it. There was a bug that the last time I did it in Fusion, I did my SAM real rack PCBs, and the Gerber export didn't export any of the copper fills, and I didn't know, and it was a bug, and it didn't tell you, and I got boards made and they had no copper fill, and I wasted $180 on PCBs that I couldn't use. So subsequently that bug's been fixed in Fusion, apparently, Fusion 360, but I'm never going to use Fusion 360 for PCB design again because of that, because it was ridiculous. That such a mistake could happen was so annoyingly frustrating, like ridiculous. I'd really like to get this done if I can. At least get one board out today. I need to get back to pick and placing. I've got so many boards to make, it's insane. Like, I'm losing my mind. How many? Cap. Let's do the caps first. I've got so many boards to make. Doing this looks like a puzzle game. If I designed it in KiCad, it would have been easier. And maybe there's a way I can script a lot of this stuff in the future. I don't know. But I know that there's some scripting stuff, like Python scripting for some things in KiCad. There's more things coming. Okay, so we've got some caps. Are all the caps on? Yep, I've got to do some resistors now. Question of how mature it is now over a year since release. Yeah, but Fusion 360 is just clunky and slow for me. I hate it. Catch you later, Carsten. Thanks for your help, and thanks for joining. Yeah, it's unusable for me. It's too slow. So that's one of my things. Okay, resistors. 402. Resistor. I'm sure there's a way that I can like set up a package and then tell all the other packages to use that package. Right. Yes, Helmut, that's right. I'm sure that there's that would have been a better way of doing it. Yep. But my plan is just to get a step file out of this. So yes, I'm going about it the wrong way. I wasn't planning on doing this in KiCad. I was going to do it in Fusion. But Fusion completely stuffs up the castellations. So, and I wasn't aware of that till it was too late. Okay, I need resistor. 4 more resistors, and then I need to work out what I'm going to do with the DFN, XDFN 4. And the antenna. Catch you later, Jishipu. I'm sorry I'm boring everyone with this. Like multi-select would be good. Right, there was one more. What was the other one? Yeah. 2.2K. Catch you later, Keen. Have a good day. Hope you get lots of work done. So, I need an antenna. Look at that. I'm hovering over the antenna. And just... Wow, okay. So I need an XDFN4, I need a SOT 723, and I need an antenna. Look at that. What is going on? Work guard. And that LED looks terrible. But anyway, okay. Quickly create in FreeCAD. Yeah, I just normally use where'd my Snap EDA window go? So I need a SOT 723. I've got a video up, like trying to, like I've been looking at learning FreeCAD at some point, I guess, like who's got time? Yep. But I need to go back like and install Modo or something. Used to be much more comfortable than that. Okay, downloads. Is this SOT 723? Okay, so I can now go to this one, E plus. Don't like how I have to keep jumping around between all of these directories, but okay, that's that one. I need XDFN. XDFN4. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play with the height of them all, of the components, to make sure that I've got it right. Oh, that's actually almost the right part. Availability. Yeah, tell me about it. So I'm just looking at all these. They're all they're all my LDOs. They're all not available. Doesn't really matter which one I pick though. They're all the same. Okay. E. In packages, the scripting based SCAD is good too. Yeah, the thing is, I don't want to be spending time doing all this stuff. Like, this is I mean, going forward, it would make sense to set this up better, differently and better. But, I don't know which way is the right way. Not that way. That'll do. Okay. So the only part I'm missing now is an antenna, which is just a box, right? But maybe, let's see if they've actually got any Fractors antennas now. They didn't a while ago. I don't know why it's picking links from that. Just antennas. Just will double check these later, especially as I pointed out that one. Yeah, I need to go through all of them and check all the heights of all of them, and I'll do that because there's no point having a. Oh, that's right. It's called Ignion now. There's no point having a step file that doesn't have the right heights. I don't think FreeCAD doesn't do. It does mostly everything, but really, FreeCAD doesn't do circuit design that I know of. No. So, I wonder if it's under Ignion now. Not ignition. Ignion. Don't auto correct me. Ignion. Here we go. Ooh. But I bet my antenna won't be there. If I can remember what mine is called. Damn. Yeah, NN01-102. NN. Ignion NN01-102. It wasn't here a while ago when I looked. NN02-201. No. NN01-01. I could almost just go and grab one that's similar size. Right, that's the original, but there's no model for it. Yeah, I save all the time. Every time I add something, I'm hitting Control S. I'm a saveaholic. Yeah, the DigiKey library is not that complete though. I looked through the DigiKey library a while ago. I'm saving. Wow, this has gone slow. Wow, down to 58 viewers. People are not enjoying me doing this. Surprise, surprise. Hello. I just want to find something close. Jeez. Save before Rick rolling. I don't even know how close this is. I'm just going to have a look. You can always scale it. That looks way too tall. Download 3D model. Okay. Note to self, don't do this on a stream ever again. People do not enjoy it. Where did I just... NN02, that one. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, totally wrong, but... I'm going to have to check the height, but... Yeah. Nah, it's because people aren't sticking around because this isn't enjoyable. Generally, people stick around if it's enjoyable enough. Yeah, I'm going to have to check all the heights. But that's a completed nano. Checking the heights is a problem because it's giving me, like, you know, it's... Yeah. So I've got one in front of me. It's not very big. Hang on. You gonna focus at all? There we go. So, and did that just focus then go out of focus? Okay, I've locked the focus. So as you can see, it's maybe not terrible. I think the only thing that's the wrong height is the SOT. And everything else is looking right. I think the RAM, yeah, even the RAM's looking right. You're finding it enjoyable. Hey James, my viewership's been decreasing. Yeah, maybe. Can't please everyone all the time. Johnny nodded off. Okay, so I think I just need to mess around with the height of this. It's definitely not right. But it's not really like when people are looking for step files of my boards, they're not. Any component that's low, it doesn't matter. They're looking for the maximum height components and the way it all fits. So, like for instance, if I have my RAM and my antenna correct and the PCB outline is correct, that's what they need, right? They don't need to know that that SOT is the right height or that cap is the right height. if that makes sense. Right, as long as nothing is bigger than what it needs to be, it's fine. Like, I'm pretty sure that yeah. Okay, so I should now be able to file, export, no. File, export, step. So, plus is an old name, doesn't really matter. Tiny Pico, step. User defined board, center, no. Export. Now the problem is I don't have a step viewer. Okay. Oh, there was a whole big thing of, as it was exporting, goes all through here, and I should now have a step file, which is 8.2 megabytes. Jeez. So I wonder if I can load that. It's got built-in Mac OS, yeah. I wonder if I can import it. Insert from my computer. Can I do a step? No, I can't. That's for an image. But I can go file. No, why can't I Oh, I can't import a step file. Really? Well, insert mesh. Should be able to do a step. Here we go. Open step. Let's see what it looks like in Fusion 360. Wow, it's all the way over here. Well, there you go. Look at that. Why is it not letting me click OK though? Not letting me click OK on it. The mask color. I don't need color. Anyway, I just wanted to see that the step file actually worked. And it looks like it has. So okay. Except it's 8 megabytes. So that's a bit sucky. That'll be due to the original origin coordinates of the step file being off. Sure, but I don't understand why they were, like, it shouldn't be off. It should be, yeah, I don't know. I think it's something more to do with the way Fusion imports stuff. AB viewer. What's AB viewer? Is that a step? I did have a program on here to view step files at one point. The Mac support for viewing step files sucks. What's AB viewer? Like even that's for DXF, isn't it? Control soft. Yeah, I don't want to buy a tool to be able to just view step files. Yeah, there's definitely some issues with step file exporting from KiCad. I can view and I don't have FreeCAD installed. Yeah, and if you look at free step viewer Mac OS, there's crud. I've installed this thing. Free 3D step viewer. Oh, that's AB viewer. Right. Well, let's try it. 30-day eval. It's uploading, by the way. It's uploading. Is my stream stopped? Your 3D printer slicer should open it. Will it? That's interesting. I think, looks like my stream stopped. Or my preview was stopped. Anyway. Oh, there we go. See, that loaded okay, and that's in the center. Okay. So look, it's working. No, still streaming. Okay, okay. Okay, good. My preview seems to be like 5 or 6 minutes behind. Yeah, it's not letting me drag step file into here. Yeah, I need to learn FreeCAD. That's the problem, Helmet. I have enough trouble. Import STL. Yeah, I don't know if I can import a step file, actually. In Prusa Slicer. No. The toolpath to EagleCAD. Edit it. Bring it back to KiCad. Can I just import the toolpath to EagleCAD? No. What do you mean import it in Eagle? I can't import anything into Eagle. Seems daft, but try exporting it from Fusion as a step. Yeah, but I don't understand why the origin is so whack. I would need that. I need to work all that out first. Like, it wasn't letting me. So again, if I go to here, insert mesh, and I open it, I can't click OK on it. Catch you later, Photochromax. When I'm exporting it, set the origin board center. Okay, hang on. File, export, step. Oh, board center origin. Okay. Okay, I'm re-exporting it. See what happens. Okay, that's re-exported. Mesh. Okay, well, it's in the center now, which is great. I still don't understand why I can't click OK on it. Like, yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this. If I click cancel, it goes away. So, Left menu where all the parts are. Import. Left menu where all the parts are. Oh, you mean upload? Yep, it's happening now, folks. And it's taking forever because it does it again online on their server backend. Right, okay. So at least I could go. I mean, that's. Okay, anyway, if I export this, let's see how small it is. I want it to be a step file. And Fusion 360 location. Yep, export. Can we lose the downshooter view? Sorry. The downshooter. You mean my camera? Catch you later, Rhoda. Good night. Right, 2.5 megabytes. So the Fusion 360 one is 2.5 megabytes, and the other one's 8 megabytes, like I said. So if I go to, how do I open a new one? I want to now load the Fusion 360 one in here and see what happens. Sleep well, Rhoda. Thanks for joining. Really? You see there were trees a second ago? Okay, so that's from Fusion 360. The fact that it's got any textures at all is pretty cool, but yeah. I mean, is that acceptable for people for a step file for use case in their projects? I don't know. No, well, there are no. I mean, this is coming from KiCad, which doesn't export all that stuff. My SOT is too thick. No, my SOT's correct. Not sure what you mean by too thick. Scale-wise, it looks right on the board. See you, Pratik. I recommend Greg's texture mapping video. Yeah, well, this is not about making nice renders. This is about having a 3D file for people to put in their CAD projects to be able to align things. Yeah, I think it's, I mean, scale of the parts, I think it's all fine. It looks ugly. I honestly say it's one of the best step files I've ever seen. Really, James? I don't know. I don't know. Well, okay. I'm going to see you, Jarko. Yeah, I fixed it already. I went in and I squished it. It was too tall. But otherwise, it's right now. Yeah, the X and Y was fine. The Z was not good. No. Big file names, spaces, all good, all good. Okay, I'm going to upload this to GitHub, and I'm going to not work on any more today because I need to go back to pick and place stuff. And now it says I'm dropping frames. Okay, that was an adventure. A crazy adventure. I better save. I'm saving. Save. Okay. Slash is your friend. Okay. I don't have any friends. My pick and place is my friend. That's all. Otherwise, no friends. God, my hands are cold. Okay. Thanks for sticking around. For those of you that did, it was a big decline of number of people on the stream. That was a frustrating process. As I said, I was just brute forcing it. I just need to get these step files up. Right, no problems, Helmet. No problem. Thanks, Wagon Loads. Yeah, I need to get back to pick and placing, but this was just brute forced, so I could just get some files up. I need to set all this stuff up properly if I'm going to continue working in KiCad. But the step export from KiCad is not great. Where in Fusion 360 it's really good and you get all the extra details and stuff. So, yeah. But I want to get the two Tiny Picos, the Nano, which I've now got. I've got the USB-C Tiny Pico already, Tiny S2 and Feather S2 step files up online as soon as I can. The Feather S2 is not as important because there are other Feather step files available and they all use the same thing, pretty much. But it'll still be nice to have one. I just need to find time to get it done. Oh. Yes, coffee's a great idea. I need more coffee as well. Yeah, more next week. No, I want these done by next week if I can. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I'm laughing because I'm so tired. Everyone, thank you so much. Thanks for sticking around. And I hope you all have a fantastic week, the rest of the week. And can you upload the 8.5 megabyte one as well? Why would I upload two of the same thing, Dave, and not just the small one? They're identical. One is just an export of the other one, if that makes sense. Yeah, like they won't have any feature changes. I've just loaded the 8.5 meg one into Fusion and re-exported it, so it's going to be the same. I'd rather just put the one file up there. Yeah, it's a storage box holder. It's orders. That's not even a quarter. No, what's smaller? That's about an eighth of what I'm pick and placing at the moment. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, I keep saying thanks. I'm gonna go get a coffee and get back to pick and placing. Take care. I will catch you all next time. Was that a really good Great Scott? No, not such Great Scott. Okay.